Hey guys, it's Celeste with Lazy Jack's Ranch. So sorry about the wobbly camera. So I have a new Plum paper planner here. This is the weekly overview. It's an A5 on the disc. These are just some Happy Planner discs that I had. So this is actually a Christmas present for my stepmom. Every year I buy her a planner, and because recently I've been really into the Plum paper planners because they've worked really well for me because they're super customizable. That's what I got her, was the A5 weekly overview. She kind of helped me pick it out. She helped me pick out the layout and design the layout and stuff like that, because Plum paper planners are super customizable. Starting with the cover here. So you get this nice protective plastic cover. The cover itself is pretty sturdy as well, but this is a gift, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. But I put a picture of our family all together that we had taken, and then I just put her last name right there. So this is the front cover, and oh, sorry, I forgot the 2023 calendar here. This is a January to December 12-month planner, by the way. The nice thing about Plum paper is you can choose which month you want it to start on. So this is just kind of a year at a glance type thing. Oh, excuse me, and then it gives you just like a blank set, so if you wanted to do monthly goals or whatever. So here's January. You have your dashboard here. This is kind of a shiny paper, but my Sharpie S gel does really well on this paper. I just have to give it like maybe 2 to 3 seconds to dry, and I don't have any smearing issues whatsoever. All of them except for like your targeted planners, like your financial planners and your goal planners, will have a blank sheet of paper. If it's a targeted planner like a financial planner or a goal planner, it will have a specific page here to start the month with. Does that make sense? So then we have the monthly view. And one of the nice things about the Plum paper is you can add your own special dates into the calendar. So I knew she would love that. So this is the layout. So on this side is just basically, this is all the things, for the week that are not date specific, which she's retired now, and my stepmom is, and so she's retired right now. The only thing she does is she babysits my little niece a few days a week. So, her schedule is very flexible. So this is like for your date specific things. And then this side is just like, okay, just a brain dump of everything that needs to be done. So you can put like your schedules here. So like she can put the dates and the times down here that she watches my little niece. You have like a little to-do section. So these little headers are all customizable. You can put whatever you want. She kind of helped me come up with how she wanted it laid out. So the thing that some people don't like, I'd say probably most people don't like it, but I love it about the Plum paper planner, is your entire month from day 1 to day 31 is in your month tab. So most planners would put New Year's Day or January 1st on the December calendar. So like say you had an 18-month planner, that went from, July, to December of the next year. So all of this would be in the December planner. So to be more specific, let's go, to February. So if I wanted the end of January, in most planners, the end of January, I would have to switch to February to do it. And maybe this is because I Franken-planned with the Happy Planner for so long. I hated that I had to keep the last week of the month. So like this, if I wanted to just keep the Januaries of all of my planners in on one set of disc, and then, you know, so I was only carrying around 1 month at a time, I would have to, you know, carry around the last week of January in order to get the first part of February. So, sorry, I bumped the camera again. So I'd like that they include the entire month. So at the end of the month, let's get to the end of the month. So at the beginning of the month, you had, and this is like this in all of the months. So I'm not describing this correctly, but so this is the end of January, but the end of January is also in January. Does that make sense? So if I just wanted to carry around February, I would have the entire month of February without, you know, carrying pieces from other months. So there's the end of January so that I could have all of February. And then here's the end of February and the, you know, the beginning of March. But if I come over here to March, here's the end of February and the beginning of March. Does that make sense? So some people think that's a waste of paper, but for me, I really, really appreciate that they go that extra mile. Like I said, it's probably the Franken-planner in me that just really appreciates them going the extra mile there. So here's the weekly view. Every month ends in a sheet of note paper. I added an extra sheet of note paper for my stepmom at the end. So that's another thing that you can customize, is you can customize what goes on after the end of the month, before the beginning of the month. And these are budget pages. You can get a budget section added to your planner, but I wanted the budget pages dispersed. So there's a budget page, and there's that, and then there's a bill page. I wanted that at the end because now they're now that my mom, or my stepmom and my dad are both retired, you know, they're on a very tight, limited budget. So they really, unfortunately, are going to have to count every penny. So I wanted to give them plenty of room to do that. So the only thing different is the color scheme. So you see the lines here and the lines here all match the monthly tab. Okay, and it's like that in every month. So this is kind of your mustard color right here for May. So this line in the word May is mustard colors. And so your layout is going to be more mustardy colors. So all the way through, honey, it's too loud. You can play it over on the bed. So that, everything else is pretty much the same. Honey, Charlie, stop. I'm videotaping this. Okay, so this is an add-on that I added on for my stepmom. Hey, over there. So, and it's labeled My Home. So you have home service providers. So you have electric, gas, internet, security, and then it gives you some blank ones. There's home maintenance, planning. So spring, you have your indoor, outdoor, summer, indoor, outdoor, fall, indoor, outdoor, winter, indoor, outdoor. So you can put in there whatever fits with your needs. And then you have the master cleaning guide, and I really liked this in my planner. You have the kitchen, and it does daily, weekly, monthly, and annually. Bathroom, bedroom, living room, family room, utility spaces, entry, porch, outside, other task, and notes. So I just thought that was really cool. There's a laundry guide, which, you know, hopefully at this point she has a pretty good idea. But I love this garden. My stepmom loves her garden. So it has your basic gardening terms listed here, but it also has plant neighbors. So if I wanted to plant asparagus, it says good neighbors are basil, parsley, tomato, carrot, and dill. The bad neighbors are radish, garlic, onion, and potato. So here's a garden to-do list. So you have, hey, turn it down, please. We love Cookie Swirl C, but I can't yell over top of it. Okay, so we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. So in the winter, she could write down a to-do list of things she needs to do to prepare her garden. Same with spring, summer, and fall. So, and then you have your favorite or family favorite. So this is a place where she can list, you know, different breakfast, appetizers, entrees, and desserts. You know, lunch, dinners, recipes she wants to try. Here's some monthly goals. This is a home project, so you would write the project here. You have a little check mark to check mark that it's done, and then you would put your start and finish dates. You have 2 pages of that. Here's a gift list, and I know she'll love that because I know I gave her an In the Leafy Treetops planner last year, and I know she really liked having that spot there. So here's a shopping list. This wouldn't be your grocery list. This would be like, you know, I need new couches, that type of shopping list. Or we need a new furnace or something like that. So here is a bill tracker. So you could put like your house payment, right? You could say, you know, it's due on the 1st of the month. This is how much money it is, house payment, and then it has January, February, so you could just track it. This is a password page. She probably will pull that page out or just not use it. So here's a yearly expense overview. So you have January, February, March, April, all the way to December, but you can track your income, expenses, giving, savings, and debt, and then your total. And this is why I didn't do the budget add-on, because you have the dispersed throughout each month that has plenty of room to keep track of bills and transactions, and then you have this little spot here that she could just record the actual overview. So here's some important contacts: doctors, emergency clinics, schools, which she won't need, neighbors. She has some really great neighbors. And then the next one is meals, and this is my favorite add-on so far from Plum Paper Planner. This is the one that I use every day. I use this every day. So this is just building a meal, a balanced meal, I should say. But it gives you a spot to record your favorite breakfast, dinner, snacks, lunch, just for a quick glance. And then there's some cooking conversions, substitutions. So here's the meat and potatoes. So you have room to do like your breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, right? And it gives you 1 week, Monday through Sunday. So you have 2 weeks here. And then here is just a general shopping list. There are some dispersed grocery lists that she could do, but I didn't feel like that was really necessary because in her layout, if I can get there, because I know she usually goes grocery shopping once a week because she likes her produce to stay fresh. So she has this shopping list right here. So this little teeny shopping list is perfect for her, I think. But as far as me using it, I put my grocery list here, and list my meals here. Does that make sense? So that's how I use it. So it's basically you have 52 weeks. So you have 26 pages. I don't know what, that'd be 13 pages. You would have 13 pages front and back. So you would have more than enough for each week of the month or the year. So there should be 13 pages here, possibly 14. So I think it's 14, but trying to get to the end here because it would have to be an even number. So I bet you there's 14 of them. So here is like, so if you do a lot of your grocery shopping, like your grocery pickups or whatnot, you would keep your favorites here, but also like you could just write down, okay, so I like to go to Costco's and get, you know, their milk, you know, that type of stuff. Or I like to go to Sam's Club and buy milk because it says, you know, here's your store information and shop here for, and then you have a list. So here's for a place to record your favorite takeout restaurants. And then your annual grocery tracker. So this is week 1. Okay, so you would write, you know, January 1st to January 7th. This is my grocery budget, and this is how much I actually spent. And this is great to kind of help you keep a better idea of what you actually spent on groceries. Like I said, because both of them are retired now, every penny counts, especially with the inflation the way it is. Every penny counts for them. So then I gave her 10 sheets of note paper, and it is tabbed. It is tabbed. So it's just you know, your average lined note paper. Every one of Plum paper planners come with 2 sheets of this dot grid at the end. And then you have a contact page that's in all Plum paper planners. So it's double-sided contacts. And then you have passwords here. Some people use them, some people don't. I actually do. And then you have 2024 at a glance here. And then she has a double-sided pocket folder here. And then you have her back cover with a protective cover on that. So I know that's kind of confusing. There's a lot of distractions. But this is the weekly overview planner. So you start January 1st on a Sunday here. So this is actually December. So she could literally start this the day after Christmas without having, you know, last year's planner. So she could just start this on December 26th. Or she could just, you know, for me, on my Me planner through Plum paper, it does the same thing. My main planner is a daily planner, so I don't get this in the daily planner. But with my Me planner, I use these as kind of a notes, if that makes sense, because I don't Franken plan. So here's January 2nd to the 8th, the 9th to the 15th, the 16th through the 22nd, the 23rd through the 29th. So here I just had some little post-it notes, and I just jotted down everybody's birthdays just to make it easier for her. But I didn't want to actually write it in the planner, if that makes sense. So there's January 30th to February 5th. So, and then this is the lined paper that comes in every Plum paper planner at the end of the month. Every Plum paper planner, except for the financial planners and the goal planners, will have a monthly reflection of your finances or your goal here. And then, of course, I added a sheet of line paper at the end. And then, of course, the budget dispersed page and the bills dispersed page, so that they can keep their their finances under control. So, and then just real quick, just so nobody missed anything. So here's February. So it has January 30th and January 31st in here, but it's also at the end of January. So you have it in both months, in both places, just to make it easier for you. See, here's January 30th and the 31st. So it's just, I personally love, love, love that they do it. I know a lot of people get annoyed by it. They think it's wasteful. But if you've ever frankenplanned, you know what I'm talking about. Like when you just want to carry around 1 month, it's a pain in the butt. It is a pain when they move the first part of 1 month into, the end of the last month. It's such a pain. I hate it. Or, it's just a pain. So I appreciate that they do this. I love, love, love that they do this. So anyways, that is the weekly overview. This is not a layout I could use, but it's perfect for her. I probably spent maybe 2.5 months just scouring Plum paper, trying to like pinpoint the exact layout that I needed. And every time I came back to this one, and when I showed it to her, at first she was kind of hesitant because this is much bigger than the planner I gave her last year. But when I showed her the layout and she actually felt my A5 in her hand, she was like, okay, I feel like, this is totally doable. So I'm super excited to see how this works for her. I know she'll love it. I mean, when she sees the picture on the front, because she has no idea that I did that. You see how pretty my family is. Aren't we amazing? Look at us. There's me.
But it doesn't have TJ.
That's me. Yeah, my nephew is in college right now on a wrestling scholarship in Washington. So my stepmom is actually holding up her phone with a picture. We were FaceTiming him. So we were like, "Hey, TJ, smile." So it's just funny. But he was the only one that was missing. Even my little sister's dog Shadow is kind of in there. But anyways, other than that, everybody was there, and it's just amazing. So yeah, my little sister's pregnant. My other little sister just had her baby in August. Little Whitney. She's so beautiful. Anyway, so sorry. I've had the gunk going around like everybody else, but oh, yeah. So my little sister is due June 20th. So it's still a secret. Don't tell anybody that you saw that. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a flip through because this is such a neat planner, especially if you have a lot going on in the week, but it's not like, oh, it has to be done at this time or at this day or whatever, This is just such a great planner for that. So anyways, I'm very happy with it. I know she'll love it, and we will talk to you later. Bye.